My name is Jessica Elfin. I'm 17 and I live in Livermore. My brother Jacob Elfin is 19 years old. He goes to high school in the transition program. My brother has trisomy 9. Trisomy 9 means that he has an extra chromosome on his 9th chromosome. He demands a lot of attention. He needs help getting himself ready. He's a goofy kid. He has a good sense of humor. I remember, just doing fun kid things. It was fun, and then he got really rough. He is an affectionate person, and when he gets uncomfortable, he clings on to me. He has a very good vocabulary, but he can't articulate as much as he would like.
Much is 13. Much did have an iPhone 4S. She have a call.
When my brother and I were young, I didn't understand him. I had felt from a very young age that my brother was different from other kids. I mean, I knew there was something going on, and my parents told me he had special needs, but I didn't really, know what that was. My brother and I were not as close as we are now. I kind of distanced myself because I didn't want to get in the way of him and my parents. He wanted to be around with my friends when I was hanging out with him. I think because it was hard for him to make friends. I wasn't really keen on that. I kind of wanted to get away. He could read before I could because he memorized words and combinations of letters. And then I remember one day he and I were waiting for my mom in bed, and I was reading a Dr. Seuss book, and I read it to him, and that was the day, I can't remember how old I was. I was probably 5. But I remember surpassing him with my reading then. He can memorize like no other. He's very good with technology and figuring things out mechanically. He loves any mode of transportation. I remember his Legos and his trains. Now he's onto luxury cars and planes.
I'm gonna buy a VW.
Me getting my car and learning how to drive was really hard for him because he's been talking since a very young age about how he wants to drive. I remember him crying pretty hard about it and being heartbroken, and it wasn't just a screaming cry, it was a sob, and that was really hard. My brother is taking the bus now to go to school. He can't drive, but he can take the bus. And that's a lot of independence for him. He loves phones and iPads. His iPhone and his iPad are a way to connect to the rest of the world. I've been looking at colleges to go to. My brother wants to go to college. He talks about it.
I'm gonna take all math classes there.
I think the root of it is I want to do what you're doing. And it's cliche, but I want to be normal. Having him as a brother matured me and taught me how it feels to be at a disadvantage. I don't want to say I missed out on a part of childhood, but I didn't grow up, conventionally, and I've always been aware of that, and I've always compared, especially when I was a little kid, compared myself to other families who I thought were quote-unquote normal. I got sad about the time taken away, but I understood what was going on generally, and I understood that he needed attention, and I had understood, I think, from a very young age how frustrating it must be to not say what you need to say. I was a shy kid, so I think I kind of got that about him. Not, feeling like you're being hurt. When I go to college, it's going to be sad for everybody. We've grown up together. I don't know a life without my brother. I want my brother to be a productive person who contributes in the best way that he can. Nowadays, I have a really good relationship with my brother. Since I've gotten my car, we've grown closer, and I drive him places, and he always wants to drive with me. He's somebody that I like to hang around with. I mean, obviously, he's different from my friends or an adult, but he is an individual, and I like who he is a lot. And it's taken a while for me to understand who he is, but I think now that we're older, we kind of get each other, and I'm really happy about that.
Who's sitting next to you?
Thank you, I'm glad I got a thumbs up.
Do you love your sister?
Yeah.
Oh, love you too.
Wow.
Action.
X-A-G-T-I-O-N.
Nice!
What do you think about what we're doing here?
We could make a movie.